So I've got Richard here today in the in the studio.
Hello, everyone.
And Richard is one of the lead software developers at Dev Center House Ireland, and we were like discussing like, okay, you know, AI is now writing code, as we can see, right? We see in GPT-5 that came out and all the buzz around it, and you know, should software developers get worried? You know, should you get worried? Should you be worried as a software developer? And I'm going to share some of my thoughts, and then maybe you can, you know, add more from your perspective.
Sure.
First and foremost, you know, I think if you're an expert software engineer, you should not be worried. In fact, this is a huge advantage for people that are at the sort of senior expertise. If you are a software engineer that is entry stages, that you're spending so much time just learning syntax and writing syntax, you're in trouble, right? So focusing back into the specialization is critical. If you are a senior engineer, these LLMs now provide output and write code for us, especially for brand new applications, and they do a pretty amazing job, but they output so much code. And if you don't understand it as a senior engineer and course correct and continue and then complement it, now you are totally dependent. And that is where the senior engineer in this whole AI sphere will significantly benefit. So what can you do as a developer? If you're a software developer, what can you do? Well, you want to be more specialized, and maybe you can touch some of that. Like, what can a software developer do for them to not be too dependent on these LLMs that will go in and pretty much write the code, whether it's a specific function or the whole website or the entire backend APIs or the database schema, whatever. Any thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the major problem we're facing now is that everything is speeding up times 10, especially with AI. So how do we make sure that we keep up with that speed, we match the same speed, but also ensure that we're following the best practices as engineers and, you know, not abusing the way that we're using it, and ultimately still remain the expert behind what problem we're trying to solve. So number one thing you touch, which is really important, become the expert first and then leverage the AI as a tool. If you ever find yourself using AI in a way that you're kind of using it blindly, that is automatically a red flag. You should not be blindly copy pasting answers from ChatGPT or anything else that you're using and just pasting it into your code, because it means that you are not brains behind what you're building and you're not the expert. So first, number one is become the expert. Now, how do you do that? Well, the reality is humans learn things in a standard way. There's, you know, courses online that you follow, and go into the certain, let's say, technology or framework you're trying to learn, and go into that and spend time learning it. Now, when you go into now starting to build something, how do you use AI the right way? You should use AI to speed up certain processes, and that's completely fine and reasonable. But when you use these tools, still remain the expert. Assess the answers that it's giving you. Follow the documentation of that specific technology. Is the AI referencing any old documentation? Because that's also very common. You know, search is outdated, documentation updates frequently. So you gotta still check and make sure that whatever you're prompting the AI to give you an answer for, you still have to check and make sure that it is the right approach, and assess and make the final decision on your end. Don't let AI make decisions for you.
Very great. Very good points there. Guys, if you like this video, subscribe to the channel, likes, and give your comments on what you think. All right. Until next time. See you guys.
Bye-bye.